national elections less than 9 months away, political activities have gone into a frenzy of some sort. Political campaigns, election rhetorics, and cross-country meetings are in top gear. In the midst of all this is the zoning controversy. Leaders of the APC and the PDP seem to be helpless, as there has been no definite stance from these two dominant political parties. To be or not to be, that seems to be the zoning question. Our guest on the program today is a personality that has been a strong voice in the Nigerian project over the years. He has been a strident advocate for the zoning of the next presidential ticket to the southeastern part of the country. He is elder statesman Chief EDWINCLARK. Chief Clark is online from his home, and he will be speaking to us on the program. Chief EDWINCLARK is the leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum and the chairman, Board of Trustees of the Jaw National Congress. He was a federal commissioner for information and also a one-time commissioner for education in the defunct Midwestern state. He was also a member of the 2005 and 2014 national conferences in Nigeria. Welcome to Inside, Chief EDWINCLARK.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Straight up to the issue at hand. Now it is becoming apparent that the APC and PDP are not going to zone the presidential ticket to the south, not to talk about the southern part of the country. How do you feel about this?
Well, thank you very much. Well, that's the country we belong to. It's a shame, isn't it? But that's the beginning of the troubles, the greatest troubles that lie in Nigeria. I don't take it place in Nigeria. If you belong to a country where there's no trust, then there's something wrong. So that, taking for example, the APC you mentioned, yes, they had a convention where they zoned all the offices to various parts of the country, and the chairman, the national chairman, was also zoned to North Central, the person about Abdullahi Adamu. And once that was done, it was very, very clear that the presidency will go to the south. As Mr. El-Rufai put it, the governor of Kaduna State, there are 19 governors, and the president sat on the eve of Mr. President traveling out of the country to decide. And word was said that all the positions held by 30 men, officials, that were in the north to now move to the south and vice versa. So it was taken for granted that the APC had loaned the presidency to the south. And apart from the governor of Kogi State, there was no other northerner who collected a form. But what is going on now, if a number 3 man in this country, that's the president of the Senate, could also join the confusion, then God, we can only pray to the Almighty God to help us. As for PDP, Well, they are the Confucianists. So APC thought that, is feeling that the North, the PDP withdrawn the presidency to the North, and they would then score more votes from the North, and they would win the election. So they've now decided, without consulting with the members of the South, they decided that every Londoner would die. And I'm surprised, I'm ashamed, disappointed at the color of people like the President of the Senate of Nigeria, who is number 3 on the protocol list, who should have to save this country. Not long ago, his own place, village, community in Yobe State were taken over by the insurgents. We're not thinking about that to win the war, to get the state out of that place, because they have government facilities in Abuja where they live. So I'm ashamed of him, a nice man, but I'm very, very, very much ashamed of him. Perhaps it is maybe possible. They're thinking that in their usual way, but one goal is in such a way that it will be the consensus candidate of APC.
Okay, sir. Some leaders from the northern part of the country say they find your hard stance on the issue of zoning very uncomfortable, especially with the recent statement from southern leaders that if you bury zoning, you bury Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Well, what is very hard? I'm 95, very soon this month. I'll be 95. If I see something that is very factual, I have to say it. If you say, after 2019, you are not saying that you don't know that there is a zoning pattern in the country, and you go to the extent of saying that zoning is dead and buried, what remains? If the people in the country cannot trust themselves, if the people in the country do not love themselves, if the people in the country do not respect themselves, then we're in trouble. So I said, like, well, if there's no law and order in this country, people can just do whatever they like, then Nigeria is already dead and buried. What we are having today, the insurgents all over the country, will be increased as a result of dissatisfaction. If nobody knows that, they should know. And they should know that, the Northerners should know that insurgents does not belong to one region. Terrorism can appear in everywhere in the country. So they should know that. The sign of it has been shown in Anambra State, in Southeast, recently. And we are worried about it. So if you have a people you can kick around, like second-class citizens, they say no. What entitled you to do that? Because you have a population, inflated population. Where was that sense of hell? We have just been tolerating one another. If you are not prepared to give way to your neighbor, to give way to your fellow citizens, then be ready for the trouble. Somebody said we are blackmailing them. Who is blackmailing who? Who is not a Nigerian? Who is a better Nigerian? We are not blackmailing anybody. Would you force me to go and vote? Would you force me to participate?
Okay.
Well, if there are no elections, there will be no government. If there is no government, we'll be worse than Afghanistan. We'll be worse than Somalia.
Okay.
What are we talking?
Okay.
What is wrong? You want to bury the law and order, something that will make the country run smoothly. Then you're burying the country. The alternative.
Okay, Chief Clark, we need to take a short break. If you're just joining us, this is Insight on Citizen FM 93.7 here in Abuja, and we have been speaking with elder statesman, leader of Pan-Niger Delta Forum, and chairman, board of trustees of the Ijaw National Congress, Chief EDWINCLARK, and he's been weighing in on the zoning controversy. When we return from the break, we will ask Chief Clark and some other issues which we want to have his view on. Please don't go away, just hold on as Inside returns in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Of our dream. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Make we join our hands to build a nation of our dream. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. CitizenFM, CitizenFM. Shiki.
Thank you for staying tuned. It's Citizen FM 93.7, and this is Insight on the airwaves. We've been talking with Chief EDWINCLARK, leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum and chairman, board of trustees of the Ijaw National Congress. And the topic is the zoning question. Still the zoning question. Chief EDWINCLARK, thank you for staying on the line, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, there is also, you've been quoted severally in the media saying that politicians from the southeast should not accept the slot of the vice president. And also, Ohaneze also has also said that politicians from the southeast should not agree to become running mates of any presidential candidate. Do you think this is enforceable or visible in Nigeria's politics today?
It's very possible. If those Nigerians who are being treated like second-class citizens know themselves, if those Nigerians are patriotic, they know that no one has a right to take their right from them. No one human being can change because of another man's life. If I want to be the president, and zoning has been the pattern we have been adopting. As early as 2019, the Northerners, 12 of them, Atiku, Zaraki, Tamboa, the map, because Aradi Lamido, Wangwaso, Amkano, and so many of them, 12 of them, contested. And Ahmed, I remember, they contested the primary in Port Harcourt in 2018 because it was zoned to the north. No southerner contested with them. In 2014, APC was born in 2013. In 2014, they had their primaries. And only Northerners. Someone was mentioning Rogers. Rogers has always been contesting elections like Remy. So nobody takes that one seriously. And nobody voted for him. He had the means of, he knew that he was not going to win. And that's why he contested. But he was not a serious candidate. And nobody voted for him because it was done to the north. Why now? They want to change the law. Let them give out the reason. What is now special in Nigeria? What has happened to Nigeria that required an open contest, does not require the rotation? So that's why we are saying that these people cannot be trusted. Therefore, don't deal with them. People cannot speak the truth. People do not believe in truth. If a man like Atiku, or if a man like Lawan, President of the Senate, both of them from the Northeast, can, because of personal interest, want to destroy Nigeria. Good luck to them. So any Nigerian from the South who believes that he has his own dignity, who believes that he has his own honor, who believes that he is not second-class citizen to the North, who believes that he is not a slave, who believes that he is not made to serve the North, should not give himself, or particularly the governors. What makes the governor in the North more superior to the governor in the South? Our governors, who may not. I was listening the other day. I do hope our governors who traveled to the north who want to become president will not forget that there were among those southern governors, 17 of them, that met in Asaba to take the decision before they went to Lagos to confirm it again. And it's not allowed their personal interests to override the interests of the South. That's why I said, that's what Barack Ohanese said to many multitudes too. Panders are said to. And I know that Afanibere would say so. So that is the position.
Okay, Chief Clark, after all said and done, it looks as if these two political parties have made up their minds to throw the zoning, the ticket open. What are the options open to the southern part of Nigeria?
I've just told you. But I'm not telling you what we are going to do. And let's wait and see. We have a role to play in this game. They didn't start politics, did not start politics in Nigeria. The politics in Nigeria, partisan politics in Nigeria, was started by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. I'm sorry, no, by Herbert Macaulay, the Yoruba man, then taken over by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, an Igbo man. So how did we become a learner under the North? Let me also warn you at this time, inform you at this time. Anybody who says that Chief Clark is anti-North, I challenge that Northerner to come out for a debate with me, either on the television or on the radio, as to who has done more for the North than the other. As a commissioner for education, under the under the leadership of the Pabri, we went to the North. We were friends of the North, the Midwest, the South. We were friends of the South of the North during the war, when all the teachers, all the doctors, everybody left the North for the South because of their safety. It was South, particularly Midwest, that came to the aid of the North. We did it because they were brothers and sisters. Not only that, in the field of education, we supply teachers to them. I supply personally, as Commissioner for Education, under the time when Adu Bako was the governor of Kano State. He was the Commissioner for Education, Commissioner of Police. Along this Bai, who became the district head of Jambata, who died recently, was older than myself by 1 year, was the Commissioner for Education. My friend Tanko Yakatai was Commissioner for Finance. What are we talking?
Okay.
It was in the North. We made friends with people. I even went to the Northeast during the time of the student exchange. As a man. I fell in love with a northern girl from Adamawa. Married her, had a son, who is now 46. Lives in Warri with his family. The other day, northern editors came to see me.
Okay.
In 2015, and they learned that I'm anti-nun. By the time, 7 of them, by the time I explained to them that I was not anti-nun.
Okay.
Luckily, my son was come from Warri. And so this is the evidence of my love for the nuns.
Okay, Chief Clark.
They were all, let me say this. They were all surprised. They embraced him, and they wrote a report about me that I'm a true Nigerian. I'm a patriotic Nigerian. What do they want from me?
Okay, Chief Clark.
I have the question people like Kwankwaso. Their fathers were very good people. Young governors who were elected by the people became more arrogant, became more dictatorial than their military counterparts. They learned it from the military boys and increased upon it, who is a slave to them.
Okay.
I'm defending my right as a citizen of this country. I want to make this very clear.
Okay.
That I'm not defending the East for defending themselves, for defending sake.
Okay.
They're part of this country.
Okay.
And because they are part of this country, they should be treated equally.
Okay.
Anybody who fails to treat them equally is not a true Nigerian.
Okay, Chief Clark, you've painted a beautiful picture of how Nigeria was in the 60s, early 60s and 70s. But the question is, how did we become so divided in 2022? How did things get this bad?
Because of poor leadership. Because of poor leadership. We have no effective leader. People believed that that President Muhammad Buhari was a tough man, was a famous soldier, general, that if he came into power, he will be able to correct the ills of the society. But unfortunately, the reverse was the case. He has not done his job as a leader. He's running the government of a few Fulanis.
Okay.
Every other Nigerian is a second-class citizen. Either his job to be taken from him, or he should be kept in his job without moving.
Okay, Chief Clark.
Can you a situation where our children go to office and they see that Hausa language is the only language being spoken in some offices?
Okay, Chief Clark.
See what is happening. Our economy is down.
Okay,
Our economy, listen. When this government came into power in 2015, we had the Minister of Finance in the person of a young lady from the Southwest. Because of the helicopter business, the lady was removed from the office. He resigned. At that time, there was a minister, Udo Doma, of budget. A very elegant, very intelligent lawyer. But when Mrs. Ahmed was appointed Minister of Finance, He did not only get that. Today, she's the Minister of Finance, Minister of Budget, Minister of Planning.
Okay, Chief Clark.
And the economy is running down.
Okay, Chief Clark, I would really appreciate. Let's go back to the issue of this zoning. Another narrative that has come up in recent times is the former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's narrative. He's going to the APC, he's buying form. He came out to say he did not send people to buy the form. But the truth is that the former president has also not stated categorically that he is not running on the platform of the APC. I know that you were very close to him when he was in power. What's your reading of the situation?
No comment, but let me ask you, how many Southerners are behind the move to make for Jonathan to become president of Nigeria? How many Southerners? I just want to ask you, if you are talking about zoning, otherwise I don't have any comment about Jonathan wanting to become president of Nigeria again.
That's strange that you don't have a comment on that, but we move on, sir. In 2014, there was a national conference in Nigeria, which you were a prominent member of that conference. Are you not worried that the report of that conference is still on the shelf?
Well, what you will not be worried is Nigerians for years have been asking for a conference, and the type of conference they wanted, some even, just a minute.
Hello, sir. Are you still there? Okay, we are still talking to Chief Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan-Nigerian Niger Delta Forum and Chairman Board of Trustees of the Jaw National Congress. He's speaking to us from his home.
You were asking me a question that
okay, okay, you can continue.
You were asking of 2014. What did you say? The people were asking.
Yes, the report. Why is the report of the conference not implemented?
Was that the question I asked?
So
okay.
I was asking, are you not worried that report, the report of that conference, has not been implemented?
And that is the question to ask. Why should I not be worried? Many years ago, a politician in Nigeria were demanding for a sovereign national conference. Like that the one that was held in the Republic of Benin some years ago. The French type of sovereign conference, whereby if you succeed, you take over the government. A new government is set up. But the Nigerian government was ready to do it. Until Nandeko even fought for it, they couldn't get it. And I'm shocked. Tinubu was one of those in the forefront for a sovereign national conference. Many Nigerians have died because of that. Then in 2005, President Obasanjo decided to hold what was known as a political conference in Abuja here. I was again one of the members, he did that, of the South delegation. We're about 80 from the South. We members of the South walked out when the North, in particular, oppose the issue of physical federalism, that there should be no increase to the 13%. We said we wanted 25%. But they said no, so we walked out, saying that we were going home. I remember at that time, Professor Demi from River State, who was the Vice Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, was the secretary. I was the chairman. And Michael Zekume, student lawyer, was our public secretary. So we had very many important people for anybody to turn around now to write the issue that Constitutional Conference does not exist. Then in 2014, Jonathan again was pressurized, and he agreed to form one. First of all, he set up a committee under Senator Samuel Kolmu, a die-hard sovereign conference man. To chairman the committee, they went around the whole country. And the committee was given the go-ahead to recommend for a constitutional conference. And which President Jonathan agreed to and set up the National Conference that was made up of 492 delegates, made up of different types of calibers of people, the deaf, the handicapped, the blind. They were all there. All pensioners of different caliber, they were there. The army was represented. The police was represented. The prison was represented. The universities were represented. The customs were represented. Everybody was represented. The traditional rulers were there. And for 4 months we debated and finally agreed on 600 recommendations, which we sent to Mr. President. It was a colorful ceremony before we left. I remember that day, my good friend, Professor Aminu, what is his name? Jibril Aminu, former Minister of Petroleum and Education, held me hand in hand. We went to meet His Royal Majesty, the Lamida of Adamawa, and embraced him. And we took photographs together. And meanwhile, I remember I said, a new Nigeria has been born. But Jonathan could not start the implementation of that report. Because time was also very short for him to do that. But that was not the reason. That should not be a reason for Buhari, who believed in restructuring, according to him, and did not. He locked the report up, put it on the shelf. But we continue to talk about the 2014 National Conference. Then APC was trapped. They couldn't help it. They decided to set up one. So they set up the Air Affairs Committee on Restructuring. There were 19 members, including about 4 governors, 7 governors, former governors, former professors of law. They went around the whole country and submitted a report which was very close to that of the 2014 report. And they submitted it to the APC Executive Council, of which President Buhari was a member. He's a member. Nothing came out of it. It was accepted, but nothing came out of it. So, we are now saying that there's no thought. Unless you restructure Nigeria, the trouble we are having in Nigeria today will continue. And that was why we all believe in the restructuring of this country. Because the constitution we have is not a federal constitution. It's a unity form of government constitution.
All right.
Closed in fidelity.
Thank you, sir. Before we let you go, sir, in 2007, when President Umaru Yar'Adua was the president, you and a lot of prominent leaders from the South, including the then Vice President, former President Goodluck Jonathan, who was the Vice President then, you brokered peace, so to speak, in the South region with other leaders. Now, fast forward to 2022. Are we going to see something of that nature in the Southeast? Because there's been a protracted running of violent cases in the Southeast, and it's worrisome, affecting trade, affecting business in the Southeast. Are you going to reach out to some of your friends and colleagues in the Southeast to bring about some level of peace before we round off the program, sir?
Thank you. We're already doing that. South is a part of this country. Anything that happens in Southeast is happening to all Nigeria. What is going on today in the Northeast, in the Northwest, in the North Central, is all happening to all of us. That's why the country is not steady today. That's why there's trouble in the Southeast. It's trouble for all Nigerians. But what is going on in Southeast is not caused by them. It is because of the maltreatment. It is because of they have been enslaved simply because they fought a war for things they wanted or they didn't want. And the Gawan said in 1975 that there was no victor, no vanquish. You are a young man, young journalist. When people...
You have less than 1 minute for this call.
Like the man who became governor of Lagos State, Tinubu, who was the editor of Tribune, that day. Now, at that time, they would not allow themselves to be treated second-class citizens in their own country. So what are we saying?
All right, thank you so much.
Even we're equal.
Chief Clark, I'm sorry.
Listen, even we're equal at a certain time of the amalgamation, and then suddenly I find myself not being equal to one. You as a young man.
I'm Hey, looks like we've lost Chief Clark there. Anyway, that was Chief Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan-Nigeria Delta Forum and Niger Delta Forum, and chairman, Board of Trustees of the Ijaw National Congress. He was our guest on Insight. He was talking about zoning, and it was very interesting listening to the elder statesman at 95. A very sharp intellect and very strong physically. It's a pity that we lost him. I hope we're trying to get reconnected, and I hope we do so, because I wanted to ask him as a parting gift, as a parting shot, what his staying power is. He will be 95 this month. Such great stuff. So I'm afraid that's the package on Citizen FM 93.7 on Insight. That's our topic for today. And tomorrow, Insight will return with another interesting edition. Please join us. And for now, continue the rest of the programming on Citizen 93.7. My name is Lawrence Omoite. Do have a beautiful day ahead.